going on, guys? It's your girl, Mikhail Rose, and welcome to Iconix Radio. I am so excited about today's guest. The beautiful, amazing Miss Saraya is in the building, guys. Now, not only is she visiting, she's here to give us some game, okay, on a very male-dominated industry, but the queens are taking over, guys. Now, Miss Saraya, how you feeling?
Amazing.
Look at all the truckers in the back. Calm down, y'all. She don't want your keys right now. We're going to get those later. Listen, with the checks, right? Miss Saraya, now you are the CEO and founder of Carmichael's Transportation, Muthatrucher, cmtranspo.com. You're also one of the vendors and the sponsors of the amazing, y'all stay tuned, June the 4th, it's going to be here, the Hustle and Flow Blueprint Conference, spearheaded by the amazing boss chicks of Houston. Miss Deanna Green and Miss Nicole Wilson. They gonna all be in the building. And so were you.
Absolutely. And everybody needs to be there.
Period. Listen, and I know that the VIP tickets for the night before is already sold out.
Yeah, they're gone. They went fast.
A boss chick is in the building, guys. Now, when you're in the presence of a boss, she was like, oh, you look cute. I was like, listen, the boss chicks is coming, to Iconix. So you got to represent. What does it mean to be a boss chick?
It means to hold yourself to a higher standard in leadership, in appearance, in your character.
Period. And the next question. We were.
It's so much more to it, but
it is. I mean, but I love when I first met you, your dress was like boom, 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 boom. You was like, hey girl. I was like, hey girl. I'm like, what's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Exactly.
We really been talking going hard. Yeah. Not only are you a boss chick, we're gonna get into that, but one of the capes that you wear, you're also a mother. You're a great mother. You're an awesome mother. Let's talk about that. I asked you a question earlier, what you do when you woke up and what you say.
At first I prayed, and then I began to instill some of my motherly wisdom into my boys, because I want to make sure that they have a good start to their day. So I'm constantly, reminding them of how important it is to, just control your actions and, build your self-esteem on a daily basis. And we do it routinely. It's not a chore. It's not something, that it comes second nature to us. And
right. It's not. It shouldn't be an option.
It's not. And that's how we live our life. That's how we start our day.
I love it. And I think even for myself, I didn't actually start listening to motivational speakers and until literally until my 20s. That was crazy. My sister first told me about Tony Robbins and I had to be maybe 21, 22. I was like, oh girl, okay. And I mean, from just hearing him at a young age, it opened my eyes up to so many things. And it just broadened my mindset when it came to business or whatever I was trying to achieve. So to come from your mama wake up in the morning with some good word of wisdom. Come on now, listen, it's lit. So also then after you've done that, then you turn on the boss chick hat. And now you're doing what?
So I run a trucking company, Carmichael's Transportation. So basically a typical day is to check in with everyone, make sure everybody is in place. Trucks are where they need to be. Drivers are ready to hit the road if they have a current load or dispatch. Checking in, making sure that they have a load coming their way. Just kind of overseeing the operations and making sure everything is running smoothly. And then obviously going into the back office and, keeping up with compliance, which is major in the trucking industry.
Wow. I mean, and most people, they don't even pay attention to how do we get stuff? We don't get it from our granny house, some of us do. Right. But but how does it get to granny house? Because trucks transport all of the goods, all of the food, all of the products. Everything that we get is transported around. And I don't even think as a little girl or as a young adult, we even thought
Think
to
about it.
think about that. So was this an industry that you thought about being into as a young girl? Because I mean, not every young woman is taking on this industry like by storm. Like you got goals like tomorrow goes. We was talking about them. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. But when did you find yourself saying, this is what I'm gonna do?
Well, it wasn't when I was a little girl.
You're like trucks. Ugh.
I mean, when you think about the trucking industry, whether it comes in by air, water, train, at some point it has to hit the back of a truck.
Wow.
So a truck is going to deliver everything in this room to your home. When I began to look at it like that, one day I was driving. I was thinking about getting into the business. My son's father, he started driving and he was telling me like, you really need to do this. And I'm like, I'm a girl. What I look like doing this?
Right.
But he kept saying it. So I started to study the industry and I started to figure out ways that I could fit in with what I was good at. Like I'm not very handy, but I have, corporate background and things like that. So when I began to study, I'm like, oh, okay, you can be a freight broker, a dispatcher. There's so many different avenues that you can start in this business. So I chose a freight broker.
Okay.
But I knew before I became a freight broker, I wanted to learn all the different elements surrounding that position because I wanted to make sure this time around as an entrepreneur, this was going to be a business that lasted long.
Okay.
And I was going to be in it for the long haul.
So I'm sorry, if you don't mind me asking, what was your last business before this one?
I owned, before the trucking industry, a hair salon. I don't do hair.
I was about to say, what?
No, I don't even do hair.
Beat to the gods.
Just
listen.
owned and managed.
Wow. So this was kind of like this was something like your husband said at the time. This is something you should get into. Administrative, CEO, overseeing. This is what you do. Yeah. So you got into it and like, what was it like? The research and everything, because most people don't like to do that.
Most people don't like to, but I love to self-educate, and I want to know. I want to ask Google questions and try to figure out what's going on before I jump into something.
Right.
So I did that for a few years. Started working at Amazon. I started loading trucks on their dock. Got a chance to see what the logistics side was from the warehouse standpoint. Then I started to dispatch for my friends and family. I wasn't quite ready to jump into a rig, so I purchased a box truck. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was so afraid of the box truck. The salesman drove it home for me.
No.
And what? And it sat outside of my house for 30 days. I did not drive it. I was too scared. Finally, that note came, and I was like, oh, my God.
You know what? We're going to try this out, right? What?
Yeah, it really happened.
You invested into something that you hadn't even, but you took that jump.
Yeah.
What I love about what's happening right now is you had a blueprint. Like you had it all laid out and your mind set to what you was going to do, determined.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm somebody that is, I know what I want. I'm going to figure out a way to get it and get it done. And I knew that I was going to be successful with this truck, even though I was scared as heck, But I eventually, started driving at less busy times on the road, in Texas, and getting up in the middle of the night like, okay, ain't nobody out.
I got this.
Yeah, and then I was like, this is so easy. All I had to do was do it.
Wow. And so once you did the research, you got your truck, you up and going. Where did that first big boom come from? And you was like, okay, I got this now. This is not nothing I should be pushing away from. Head first.
I got on with Amazon. And
your first truck, you got on with Amazon, which, again, you used to work for Amazon. Girl, stop.
Yeah.
Wow. So your first contract was from your previous employer.
Right.
It's lit. Blueprint. Let's go. Okay. Now it's getting good. Wow. So you get that contract. And then from there, what has happened since then?
So I subleased under a company that was contracted with Amazon. So I wasn't directly with them at first. Okay. Because I was just kind of learning.
Right.
But it allowed me the chance to see how the business works. One, driving the truck, caring for the truck. I had a lot of costly mistakes in the very beginning because I didn't realize, how tall it was.
It ain't a Hyundai.
Until I hit a couple of bridges.
Right.
So I made a lot of money really fast, but I also made enough to pay for all the damage that I caused.
There you go. Wow.
But It's all learning experience. And after that, I decided to branch off on my own, and I got my own authority. And then I connected with Amazon directly and got my own contract that way.
Now, what does your own authority actually mean?
So DOT requires for you to run under your authority for you to be able to run under your own company name, which is have your own DOT numbers and the numbers that you see on the side of the truck, the MC number, carrier, to identify who you are. That is essentially what an authority is. You are legally recognized under the FMCSA to operate either intrastate or interstate.
Wow. So that means have all y'all paperwork together? Don't be putting the fake paper tags on the back of the truck. Now, get your paperwork together. Do it the right way. I'm just kidding.
They will check.
They will check. I love this. So, you're a mother. You're a boss chick. Now let's go in a little bit deeper, because you're a vendor and then you're also a sponsor of this event that's coming up. Knowing the history of your background, Boss Chicks of Houston, like how did that like feel like a good fit for you?
Wow, I'm so glad you asked this question.
You're welcome, girl. I got you.
Because Deanna Green, it was my mentor. Wow. So I met her when I first moved here to Houston. I contacted this lady that was hosting this women's conference, and I didn't know her. I just kind of saw her story online, and she did a story on Instagram, and then I inboxed her, and next thing you know, she had personally invited me to this event. And, she was moved by my, response to what, how it inspired me. And so she invited me to this women's conference. And when I get there, I'm sitting next to Deanna Green. Wow. And I promised the entire time, I'm like, this lady is cute.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, she got herself together, whatever. And then she gets up there and speak. And I'm like,
yes.
You know how you can just see yourself through someone? And
yes.
Like, I really want to connect with her. And I did. And she became a mentor and helped me with my business and get started and held me accountable the entire way. And we just been, sticking together ever since,
She is amazing.
She is.
She's like a bomb of fire. Just like,
she is. You know what I really love about her is that I've had a lot of women to come around and say that, they want to empower or to help, but she has actually selflessly done that,
Yes.
And I'm trying to keep you at a certain level. It's like boss all the way up.
All the way up. Yes.
Or shut up.
Yes. Listen. Okay. You better say them quotes. I asked you a question earlier, and then we kind of hit on it again. And one of the main things that stood out to me about Miss Deanna Green is when I've asked her, you woke up this morning, what you do? She said, girl, my knees hit the floor. And I got on a call with my girls and we did the prayer. And I was just like, a woman that powerful, that and you can tell by who you with, by the people connected to you and what comes out of their mouth. So it's just a pleasure to sit here in the presence of another real boss chick. Listen, so you are going to be there in the building. Let's talk about this event, because for you to be such an inspiring, amazing, beautiful woman, Miss Deanna Green will be speaking. The Nicole Wilson will be speaking. The Vivica A. Fox will be speaking. There's going to be like shoulders to rub.
Exactly.
You want to rub the right shoulders, and you're going to be in a room. So what are you expecting to come out of this blueprint with the Boss Chicks?
So I've always been an entrepreneur, but I've never considered growing a business to the level where I want to sell it. I have recently had people to inquire about, helping me or me helping them to start a business. So I hope to learn what that journey looks like. How do you grow something to a point where now it's worth enough money to, okay, I've built this business, now here, it's up for grabs.
Right.
That is true boss chick behavior,
Facts.
So I'm looking forward to also connecting with a lot of different women. I'm a networker. So, and of course, showcasing my business and putting Carmichael's Transportation out in the forefront of women who don't realize that this opportunity even exists for us. So
Yes. So it's gonna be great networking. I just can't wait to just get in the room. It's gonna be so lit. Now let's talk about a little bit briefly about your background. Like growing up, what was it like for you? Because you are glowing, honey. Like you got the shine on the shine on the shine. What was it like for you growing up?
Well, it was very interesting. I am one of 13. I have 10 sisters, 2 brothers.
What?
Come from Gary, Indiana.
Come on. What's up, Jay?
Yeah, so I have a big family. We grew up, my mother, father always, having us doing family things together. So I grew up really closely with my siblings. And I've always been kind of like the, wild, not wild, but the adventurous one, entrepreneur. Never taking the structured pathway, trying to just get out here and figure it out. So
yes. What's a good day for you?
A good day is I wake up on time. I wake up on time,
yes, ma'am.
And I am able to have. When I say on time, that's important because that's before the kids get up.
Okay,
I need my time, so I have to get up on time in order to have my moment. And then get the kids up. But if that happens, it's a good day.
I know that's
because I'm able to map out everything else after that.
I love that. What who inspires you to do what you do?
My inspiration comes from my family. And I have to say, my 2 brothers who are currently incarcerated, they are fighting for their freedom. And I mentioned this earlier, that they are currently serving their 25th year under a draconian sentence that Congress has deemed unjust. So the laws changed, said this law is, I'm saying that the time that they got for the crime was just unjust and it's unlawful. Okay. Yet they are still suffering under that law.
Okay.
Prayerfully, that law will be made retroactive and they will be home. But I needed to provide an avenue for them. So I named my company Carl Michael's Transportation after both my brothers, Carl and Charles Michael. And they have inspired me through my entire life. You're going to make me cry.
Come on, Carl Michael.
Yes,
wow.
They really root for me and encourage me. And they're the most inspirational people. So they help me with my boys and, encourage me with my business even today.
Wow.
So them and my kids, that's where my inspiration comes from.
Wow. So it's so crazy because we were just talking about this earlier, girl. You were like, I was like, so you have like young men that you're raising. When they wake up, you're the first face that they see. And then you're running men on the road back and forth to make sure that they got safety. And your company is built on the name. And girl, listen, shout out to the kings out there because without us queens, yes, but because of the kings, you are here and you strong. Give me some, sis. Okay, so I think this means like super. It's really huge because this is getting out there, and this is going to get out on so many other levels. So you guys, please pay attention. Where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram. I'm Muthatrucher, Mutha, truck her. Yes. Muthatrucher.
I love it.
And also on Facebook under my name, Saraya Scott. I have a website, cmtranspo.com.
Gary, Indiana. She love y'all. Yes, that's where she born and raised.
That's home.
But H-Town stand up because she...
Hey.
Listen, this is home too. So the next thing I really would like to know is, being that this is an amazing interview, are you ready to play a game?
Oh, sure. I love games.
Listen, let's go. We're about to have a great time.
Okay.
Big shout out to the Deanna Green, the beautiful Deanna Green, the amazing Nicole Wilson.
Shout out to the Boss Chicks.
Listen, the Boss Chicks of Houston. I need you guys to please go and follow them on Instagram and be a part of this. I don't even know how many tickets were left. I know the last time when Miss Nicole and them was here, it was 12 tickets left. But I know y'all need to come on.
I think that number has gone down. So get your ticket.
Hurry up. Go to Eventbrite. Check it out. Okay, so I'm going to give you some questions, and I'm going to ask you ask you these simple questions, give you the answers, and you just give me the right one.
Okay.
Okay. I don't like to lose, but I always lose. That's okay.
Come on.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. The 90s was a golden age for modern Disney movies. Which Disney movie did not debut in the 90s? A, The Little Mermaid, B, Lion King, or C, Beauty and the Beast?
That's hard.
No, you know this, girl. Lifeline.
Wait a minute. Did not debut. Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
Little Mermaid. She was like,
I was gonna say Little Mermaid, but I'm like, all of these debuted in the 90s. When did Little Mermaid debut?
I don't know. It had probably the 80s then, right? Had to be the 80s.
I was thinking maybe Beauty and the Beast got remade.
That's how you know she got boys.
I can't believe I got this wrong. Okay. Because we watched all of those.
All of those. Listen. Okay, here we go. In the 90s, what candy used the slogan, The Fresh Maker? A, Chiclets, B, Altoids, or C, Mentos?
Mentos.
Period. Come on. She's like, duh, I know that one. I got that one.
Next.
Here we go. In what city does Matlock take place? A, Atlanta, Georgia, B, Miami, Florida, or C, Chicago, Illinois?
I didn't watch Matlock.
You on a lifeline? Okay, who do you
give me a hint?
Okay. Okay,
Matlock.
a good hint. Girl, take a guess. You got this. Come on.
Atlanta.
Period.
Okay.
See, look, you're a risk taker. You know what to do. That was right. Here we go. What musical instrument does Steve Urkel play? A, the ukulele, B, an accordion, or C, an harmonica?
An accordion.
Yes, come on, Gary, Indiana. Look,
I can see that. Okay.
It is lit up. Okay, last one. Here we go. Which hit TV show from the 90s was produced by David Hasselhoff? A, Friends, B, Full House, or C, Baywatch? Baywatch, period. Listen, my girl didn't come here to play with y'all.
No, I didn't.
Once again, guys, the beautiful Miss Saraya Scott.
Thank you.
Any words of encouragement to the youth that are out there? Because I know you got your motivational speaker in you, like it's all in you. What would you like to give some words of encouragement to the young people out there?
I want to say, young people, trust yourself. Social media is important because I learned a lot of good things from social media, but I think it's also important to step away from that and really look at yourself in the mirror and trust the person who you are and what you like and what you want, because that's ultimately all that matters.
Gems, once again, from a boss chick. I love it. Thank you so much for gracing us. June the 4th. Tell people what it be June 4th.
June the 4th. If you haven't gotten your ticket, go to Eventbrite right now. Boss Chicks of Houston, the Hustle and Flow Blueprint. Get your ticket today while there is still time. And then meet us there. Beat us there. Don't meet us there. June 4th.
June 4th. See you there. We will see you guys soon. It's your girl, Makara Rose, and the beautiful Miss Saraya Iconix Radio. We are Izzy out.